All right. Good morning. Good morning, guys. How we doing today? Day, I don't know, two or three here from Louisville. Still at the event venue. Back here today. We didn't have to be here as early today, so that's why I pushed back a little bit. But we always get it in. We got it in 300 days in a row, and day today is day 301. So a lot of people around, distractions in front of and behind me. So there'll be some squirrel moments today, I'm sure. But came down here to a quieter area instead of right at our table because we were getting set back up. But yesterday was interesting. Had a lot of people, probably 5,000 plus people come by the table. Uh, it was interesting how people operate at an expo when they're just kind of walking by the table, checking out your stuff, stealing all your swag. You know, they're like just trick or treat all day. People just shopping. Um, One guy's like, you just pick our right off the table. You guys could have screwed this stuff down. Everybody's going to take it. So this is just opening right now. So people are coming in here like, look at the people coming around here. People just everywhere. It's crazy what we're doing here. So lots going on, crazy stuff. And hopefully, like, there's a bigger section out here. So we'll get out there today and check that out. So, like, we're in the small area. Good morning, Wendy. Two more sleeps. Um, yeah, we're in the small area, so which is the size, you guys from Maine. The small area here is about twice the size of the Cumberland County Civic Center. So, give me an idea what's going on there. So, many people coming through here. Brought healthy food with me today because there's nothing here to eat that's even remotely good for you. So, um, you get chicken and we get protein shakes and protein bars and just buy some trail mix. So we're good for the day. We can make good choices. So Roy Dahl, good to see you coming in at a 9. How you doing, buddy? Dave Davis from Denver. You're trying to get renamed, aren't you? From Seatbelt Dave to Dave Davis from Denver. Triple D. Good to see you, man. How are things? How you guys doing? Trying to drink a lot more water, using this trip to get kind of reset on that hydration thing. It's a funny thing when you put water into your body, you actually feel better. I don't, it's phenomenal. So I'm trying to do a lot more of that. Check on Instagram, see who's popping in. As usual, nobody. So good to see you guys that are on, and let me know what's up. Dave Howard, good morning, my friend. How are you doing? Thanks for popping on. Sometimes when I go to the different time slots, I worry that I'll lose some of my regulars, but I appreciate you jumping in, hanging in there, and what's going on, Tim? Good to see you. There's Tim Schwachauer. So he'll be at the Memphis event with Bubba and myself and Tim Catroni and Steve Rosenberg. So, guys, if you haven't bought a ticket to that yet, and you'd like to get to that event, let us know. If Wendy's near her laptop, she'll pop some links in for us today, but she might actually already be out for a walk. So I'm not sure. So, Matt Moore, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, we've had some fun. Bubba got in the car this morning to come to the same place that we've come to 3 days in a row now. Puts it in the GPS. He goes, yeah, it's the exposition center, right? I go, yeah, I guess. So we went about 7 miles in the wrong direction, down through some area where I thought we were going to get killed, but we survived. And we put the pilot in the back seat, which was our first mistake. So anyway, we got here and got set up to go. So yeah, Dave says yesterday was a good day, starting out today at a 7.5. Well, we'll take a 7.5, but let's move that to an 8. Dave says a 9 3/4. I like it. Good to see it. Things are getting going here for today, and there's Tim in the background again. So we're ready to rock and roll. We're going to try a couple of different tactics today. We're actually going to go to some of the other booths and chat with these other business owners that we know take business seriously and want to get better. So we're going to actually talk to some of our counterparts here about coaching and let them know what we do. We made a couple of good introductions yesterday, some AI stuff. We also scheduled a couple of calls, which is great. So Steve is claiming those as his own, but I told these guys I led the charge right up front of the table, getting people to come in and making them uncomfortable. I like when they walk by, I'm like, hey, how you doing? They don't want to look at it. They don't want to make eye contact. It's a really interesting study in human behavior. to come to an event like this. So yeah, if you are thinking about coming to Memphis or the Stanton, Tennessee area for our event, there's the link. So Wendy's on top of that. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for doing that. So, and I appreciate you guys showing up for 300 and now 1 days in a row. 301. You guys are giving me a hard time on the way over this. I'm not going to make it, Bob, for your live. So I guess it all ends at 300. So no, it does not end. It doesn't end. We keep on going. So kind of got off topic yesterday, with everything that was going on. We didn't really do a specific topic more than just kind of getting out of your comfort zone. But I had a little bit more time to get prepared today, and I want to talk about creating safe conversations in an unsafe time. Okay, what can be considered an unsafe time? We're talking about building bridges and not walls, guys. And not sounding woo-woo or anything, but building emotional safety in a world, frankly, that right now rewards outrage, right? Everybody's doing this and that, and expressing their opinion, which they completely have the right to do. But it may not jive with everybody, right? And you may not even feel like weighing into that. I certainly don't. But right now, I feel like the world rewards outrage. And we need the leaders, the real leaders, to create calm, and that's where I come from on this. Is like, how can I have some impact in a good way without screaming left or right of the aisle and all that and getting all political, right? Because we really can't control how loud the world gets, right? But we can control our tone at the respective tables where we sit. Okay, if people can't talk to you without fear of judgment, correction, or rejection, then you haven't built a bridge. You've built a wall. Okay. Good morning, Lindy. Good to see you, kid. Safe conversations are rare today, where you really feel like you can, have a back and forth without either being hated or chastised or called an idiot, right? That's why they're so powerful. People want these safe conversations. Want to be able to just chat, have a conversation, and not have it go in the shitter, so to speak. So, emotional safety, if you think about it, is the currency of good leadership, right? You don't want people feeling like they're being attacked, or people don't open up when they don't feel safe, right, in a conversation or whatever. Emotional safety means someone can tell you the truth about something without paying a price for it, right? We don't all of a sudden feel attacked, right? In business, it looks like this, guys. Like, your team brings problems before they explode. Okay, hey, if they come to Jubal with, hey, Jubal, I think we ought to take a look at this. I think it's going to be a problem. Versus, hey, we didn't really dare to come to you with this, so things kind of blew up. In relationship, it looks like this. People share their heart instead of hiding it. Wendy and I do a lot of that. Like, I'll just say, hey, I'm just, I don't know what's up today. I'm just feeling like this. That way she knows it's not me. Bob's just not, he's not feeling like a 10 today. He doesn't know why, but we end up just shooting the shit and talking through it. And that's what creates a healthy back and forth. You create safety by how you respond, not how you react, right? Bam, react. We're going to react. When someone brings you feedback, pain or conflict, they're just testing to see if you're safe, right? They want to know, okay, can I wade into a deeper conversation here? The moment you get defensive, dismissive, just failed the test, right? They're done. They shut down, right? Calm presence brings trust faster than quick words ever will. Calm presence brings trust faster than quick words ever will, right? You can't be both triggered and trusted. Think about that. If somebody comes to you and you're just triggered, you won't be trusted. Okay. Bubba says I started the day off a solid 3.45. Wait, that's what time it was when the cabinet doors and being slammed in the kitchen. Yeah. We did get a fairly early wake up call today. But, that's what happens to get an Airbnb and everybody's together. So the good news is the coffee was brewing. So yeah, being safe doesn't mean being soft, guys. Okay. Because I like to think I'm pretty tough, right? So I don't talk about that stuff, right? Well, maybe it's time people did. Okay. It's not about avoiding the truth, right? Being safe. It's not about avoiding the truth. It's about delivering the truth without poison, without venom. Okay. Kind and clear can live in the same sentence, right? Kind and clear. Steve jokes around. It's half joking sometimes. He's like, hey, I can be I can be honest or I can be nice, but I can't be both, right? So I'm going to work him over on that. But yeah, you can be kind and clear. Okay. Unsafe times require grounded leaders, people that are stepping up and saying, no, we're going to be better. Every conversation you lead, whether with your crew, your spouse, your child, is either adding calm or adding chaos. Ask yourself, am I adding calm or am I adding chaos to this? Okay. People are craving voices that make them feel grounded again. Somebody step up and lead. And you guys can lead in your own communities, your own businesses, your own families. When you control your tone, you control the temperature of the room, right? Are you one of those people that when you walk into a room, people know it? Not because you're yelling at people, but because you just carry the room. Okay. Hey, Brandy, good to see you. Baba says, bad news. I don't drink coffee, but there's plenty of tap water. Bubba's been working Steve over all week for not buying bottled water, right? Steve's like, there's plenty of water right in the tap. It's endless. So I've been listening to that all week. Think about body language, guys. It speaks louder than words, doesn't it? If you think about it, I'm an empath, right? So I can take on, like, if somebody's I notice people's energy a lot, and I'll wear it, right? I'll take it on. Grand rising to Jason Rector. Good to see you. But I can tell when somebody's, I don't know whether that's just a trait, whether it's a skill, or I don't know if it's anything I ever worked at, but I kind of take on other people's energy, right? Whether there's eye contact or maybe a relaxed posture or, you know, genuine curiosity, right? All of those things tell somebody like you're safe here. If I'm leaning in, I'm listening to somebody. Well, tell me more about that, right? It's not just what you say, it's the energy behind it, right? If somebody's telling me something and I'm like, you know, looking up and then back down this, I'm not engaged. I'm not engaged, you know? The energy says, I'm for you, I'm not against you. But then I'm not really paying attention, okay? So when you're engaged, you lean in, you're paying attention, people open up, people will gravitate to you. I've had like in coaching scenarios where I've had different guys who maybe had a project manager that was underperforming, right? Um, and every meeting turns into a confrontation, right? No good, is it? Right? So I told them next time, let's start with this. Hey, I'm not coming at you here. I'm coming alongside you. We're doing this together. Okay. So if we're working on something and it goes sideways, that's us going sideways. Now let's talk about what's really going on. Bam, now you're going down the road in lockstep with somebody, right? That one sentence can change everything. And in that scenario, the guy finally, he admitted he was kind of overwhelmed and embarrassed and too embarrassed to ask for help. And in working together, they were able to fix it, right? Safe conversation, unlocked higher performance. Okay. On a personal side, like I mentioned, Wendy and I, if something pops up, we're like, hey, this is something that's bugging me or on my heart, or hey, seems like what does she say to me sometimes? I saw your energy shift. I thought your energy shift. What's going on? She's absolutely right. I'm like, damn, I was trying to hide that, right? But if one of us gets defensive, the other's going to shut down, right? One of us stays calm, it pulls the other closer, and we figure it out. Okay. Safety invites curiosity, invites honesty. Okay. Honesty heals. Okay. And there she is posting links. Thanks, kid. Appreciate you. Um, the more we can listen without immediately correcting, the more they'll just trust us with the real stuff. Those are the kids too, right? I get that. Like, I remember when Bailey was in high school, we'd go for a ride or I'd pick her up from dance or whatever. I'd get all the good stuff in the vehicle because we're just driving and just both looking ahead, right? And I'd just be listening, not trying to solve, okay, which is hard. So she says, get off me. Good morning, Jess Novak. Good to see you. How are you? Yeah. So ask yourself this, guys. Do people feel safe telling the truth? Are they just kind of giving you what you want to hear? Right. I've never been much for that. I would say sometimes I've said this, and it's, when I was in the corporate world, you want to know, would you like to hear what you need to hear, or what you want to hear? Because there are two different things right now. So ask yourself this too, like, ever have somebody start giving you feedback and you just kind of bristle up a little bit, right? Or disagrees with you, just shake that off and go, oh, okay, that's coming from a place. Let's see if we can figure that out. Where do you need to lower the temperature and listen more this week. Think of situations in your life where you automatically, like, when somebody comes in that maybe it's in the office, you're like, or this person, how about try to change that? How about dig into that, peel the onion back, say, how can I come at this from a little bit different angle today? Okay, that's growth. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Lindy, thank you. I appreciate it. That's growth, guys. And that's like, I've been really working hard on that. Like, okay, well, other than that guy that tried to steal our stuff yesterday, guy comes, he goes, drop this t-shirt. I go, no. Bob and Steve, I looked over and Steve was like, I go, hey, he's just shopping. It's like trick or treat here. So, yeah. Austin says, funny how you find the topic I'm dealing with this week. Yeah, I'm sure we've got a call coming up here at some point. And if we don't, I'm happy to chat with you about it anytime, Austin. So Austin's one of the guys that joined our in-group program and one of our new clients. So thank you for jumping on, buddy. I appreciate you. Guys, the world's got really good at shouting. Shouting doesn't build bridges. Accusations, telling people, oh, you're this, you're that, name calling doesn't build bridges. We're talking about building bridges for these several days on hashtag live 365. And what sometimes some of this stuff seems a little bit woo woo, but really all it is having a little bit of you know empathy and trying to understand where someone else is coming from. And it doesn't mean you have to agree, but it doesn't mean you have to settle for, well, he's just a dick. You're going to disagree, agree to disagree. No, you didn't really, you try to make someone an ally in some way, right? And if this kind of a discussion was able to extend to the political arena, I think the world would be a better place. But where I'm coming from and trying to affect change with this daily live is just to add value on a daily basis and kind of let's all, when I was doing racing, I would worry about, like, my triathlon coach would say, just pay attention to your box, like the 3 feet of pavement in front of you. Like if you can clean that up on a daily basis, and if everybody did that, what a great place it would be, right? How to prepare each conversation before stepping into it. Is that a question, Jason? How to prepare each? Just be open, man. Like, don't get rid of those, like, make no assumptions. Make no assumptions. Don't worry about the last conversation you had. I'm going to shake this off. I'm going to go into this and I'm just going to be open. And I'm going to look at it as a challenge. I'm going to gamify it a little bit. I'm going to use some of my new communication skills I've learned with my sales training and see if I can kind of make it so that no matter how this conversation goes, that person walks away feeling good about the interaction. That hey, I don't really agree, but here's why, and we can still have a conversation. Dave says, these lives are how I've been starting my days and gets my mind right. Today's a great start. I'll upgrade to 8.0. All right. Mission accomplished, brother. We did big things here today. Switching over to Instagram, I see George Ross is with us on tags, building, and remodeling. Good to see you, Josh. Another young feller, Vince Dudley, my cousin's son. So Vince would then be I guess, does that mean my second cousin? So Vince, good to see you, buddy. I wish I was doing stuff like this when I was your age. So I had mom and dad for me. So I appreciate you. Good to see you on here. Dave Howard, yes. I appreciate it. Jason, yes. So yeah, just open, open your ears. Usually things on the side of your head for something other than holding up your glasses. If you listen, don't listen to react and respond and have whatever you're saying next all teed up. Well, I'm gonna lay this one on him when he finally gets done talking. Just listen. And maybe count to 3 before you respond. Just maybe like the length of a breath. And maybe just validate right up front. Yeah, I hear you. I can totally understand. Right? Extend that olive branch. And then knock them out with your good stuff. No, just kidding. But then, you can make your case. And I'm not perfect with this stuff, guys. I've told my share of people in life to, get bent, but it doesn't get you anywhere. I never got any farther in life by yelling at somebody. Ask yourself this: how does that person feel after walking away from the conversation with me? All right. So where can you lower the temperature this week, guys? Ask yourself, what's the first reaction when somebody gives you feedback? And, ask yourself if you think people are safe telling you the truth. Yeah. Wendy says, check out the best social media management agency on the planet. That's Bailey Turner out in Dallas, Texas. I'd love to share the link. If you guys are struggling with your social, or you're trying to post and you're just like, it's not your bag, or you're not creative, or you're not down with the reels, or um, give Bailey hit Bailey up. Okay, she can help you with that stuff. She's super good at it. So my high S is loving this. Yeah, Linda, you and Wendy are getting along great. Steve has a lot of fun with Wendy because she's an S. And a quick story: the first time we were down at the 2-day, he was teaching disc. He's like, so the D's are all the hard drivers, and just the facts, and take your time and hurry up. And the I's are the gatherer of people, the person planning the office party and want everybody to have a great time. And the C's are they're the compliant, they're your bookkeepers, your accountants, all those detailed people. He goes, and your S's, he goes, all they do is cry. We don't talk about them. And Wendy was in the front row. She's like, whatever, Steve. So if you're crying at Facebook Reels, you're probably an S on the disc scale. We do a lot of disc here inside the Rosenberg group. So if any of you guys want to work on that, let me know. Wendy says, do you want to help spread love and kindness? Look at this. This link right here is Wendy's new Etsy shop that she's got going. And she sold, she sold a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. She's all excited, been working hard while I'm away. Got her TikTok shop going, and I don't know if she's doing Printify or not, but she's doing all the things and spreading love and kindness in her own way, and creating T-shirts that have these unique sayings on them. She's got about 50 different ones that are special to her, and she's coming out with 5. She said, I feel attacked. I love my S. I love my S. And it was funny when we first started dating. I was looking at disc, and Wendy was like, hey, what's that? I said, well, it's this disc assessment, and I said, it's kind of fun to take. She's like, I'll take it. So she went through and did the whole thing, and I redid mine too. And mine really doesn't change. I'm like high I and D, as you might expect. And then hers came back, and it was C, the details, S, the empath, the strong feelings, and then the a little bit of I. So she calls herself CSI. But we pulled up a graph, right? And it was like puzzle pieces. And you literally, if you cut it out, it literally would have gone together like that. So who's this sexy bastard interrupting my workout? Jason says, Theros, freedom, freedom. Man, your speech brought down the house at Mach 5. Good to see you on here, brother. You must have slept in, because Steve and I and Bubba all got our workout in already. We're already here at the expo. Listen, we're over here kicking ass, taking names. Look at these people, all going to become clients today. And this is the small section. So we're having a blast here. We're having a lot of laughs. And yeah, you would enjoy it, Jason. So I hope we can connect with you real soon. Jason Rector, I love the new look on the screen. It feels like I'm watching MSNBC. Yeah. S stands for steady, Bob. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with it. Yeah. Freedom. That was awesome. So yeah, man, we were talking about Mach 5 last night, and we were saying we continue to marvel at, Jason, guys like you that hung out, that came for the duration, right? And I told Steve, I said, I don't think there's a speaker that we had that wouldn't come back next year, right? And I'm sure you could confirm that. Yeah. And I told Steve, I said, once we get a little traction with this, it could almost it's not an expectation, but it's like, hey, the guys that in the past that have done this, the bar has been set. The standard is there. There's guys like Jason and Eli and everybody else just hung out, right? Richard says, it's all about the dash. Yeah, get it. Everybody should work with you guys. Cool. Yeah, best event ever. We had a blast. We only had about 90 days to pull it together, and guys like you that jumped in really made the difference. So we had a blast. We got I don't know if you posted it yet or not. We'll try to get it out today. Is a post-event video, social media thing that I think Brenda is putting together. Brady actually is putting together. So that should be out. If it isn't out already, we're posting it. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. I got to get to work. You gotta, I gotta stand out at the corner of the table and just flag people and give them the hook. We have fun with it. We try to gamify it, see who can talk to the most people. Steve's claiming the success that we had yesterday. No surprise, no surprise. But I told him it was a direct reflection of my hours of putting in what I call the hot corner. We were on the corner. We had a corner table, and just flagging people into our group. So yeah, Lindy says amazing experience. Love that everyone stayed and visited with everyone. Yeah, absolutely. That's a big part of an event too, because I've been to them too. When people fly in, they speak, they fly out, and you're like, But guys like Jason just hung around and shot the shit with people, and yeah, go forth and change lives. Thanks, brother. Get back to work, Dave. You get back to work. I'm going down to the venue. We're eating clean, super clean today. There's nothing here to eat that's any good, guys. Steve was watching me pace around. I'm like, I'm trying to eat right, and had to settle for a couple of fried chicken finger thingies today. So we got a bag full of chicken we cooked last night. We got protein shakes. We've got energy bars, protein bars, and a little bit of snack trail mix. So we're good. No excuses. All right. Who is DSA today? That's Bubba today. Probably right in this same area. So he'll be on 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. That's not work. Have a great day, Richard said. Yeah. So yeah, we'll look forward to it. Today is Thursday, so it's role play day, and I think that Chad asked a lot of questions on the app or on the Facebook group, Chad Chumley, and he's going to come on today and work through some of that stuff with Bubba. So yeah, looking forward to it, guys. I appreciate it. Got to get back to work and spell these guys. So I'm sure they need coffee, or Steve needs coffee by now. So I'd love to stay all day, chat with you guys. Thanks for getting on. Share it out if you can. Share it to somebody you think you should be here. 8:30 Mountain. Yeah. Okay. Mountain is a time zone too. So now we got to say 8:30 Mountain, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. And then what is it for Zeke? What is it? Is that Pacific? I don't know. Guys, I'm gone. Love you all. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Probably be about the same time. I'll make a post in the morning. So Lindy, say hi to Jubal. I don't see him on here. So take care, guys. Appreciate you.